What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to Football Manager 2019 Stoke City save. We are now in the Premier League. Of course, if you've missed the previous, 10 episodes, then feel free to go catch up. They're not that long, really. And, of course, you'll find out how we've got to this point. For those of you who have watched, you will have known, of course, that we were promoted. We had a very good pre-season. I didn't play a single game. I left it to my assistant manager. But as you can see, we were thumping people left, right and centre. Although the well-known teams, not necessarily so. 1-0 there, 1-0 there against the more sort of well-known sides. And then 6-0 and 8-1. Now, as we move into the Premier League season, I've played 2 games so far. We beat West Ham 2-0. An extremely comfortable performance. And we beat Burnley 4-3. It was a lot more comfortable than it suggests. 4-3 away from home. We've come here now to the game against Manchester United. It would have been easy for me to kick the episode off the first game of the season, but we tend to do 2 games, so I didn't really want to miss the Man United game. So what we'll do is we'll play Man United, and then we'll play Luton in the Carabao. Not an exciting game, but then we'll come back probably toward... we don't want to miss November. November's it needs to be a double header. Derby, who we came up against, Tottenham, of course, and then Man City and Arsenal. 4 extremely good, exciting games, essentially. So what I might do is come back for Bournemouth, Palace, 2 sort of mid-table teams that we should theoretically be beating, and then we'll come back for Arsenal, maybe, possibly, we'll see. But we do have the rest of the transfer window to wrap up, so as you can see, we're down to 60 million. You may or may not have seen a name on the score sheet. And of course, this is a situation that happened as well. Southampton came in for Sam Vokes. I rejected it because they wouldn't go above what I wanted. I wanted closer to 20 million, and they were only really willing to offer about 11. And I rejected it eventually. We couldn't work out a deal. Sam Vokes came to me and said that he really wanted to join Southampton. I said I would accept the next deal that came in, or the offer that came in, and it just never did. So Sam Vokes is basically going to have to rot in the reserves until January. Now, if we go to transfer history, very briefly, we have sold £89 million worth of players and brought in 65 million. On the left are the players we brought in. You know about Capuano, you know about Leo Stulak, and you know about Jack Marriott. We got the Leicester centre-back in on loan. Can't pronounce that guy's name. Soyuncu, maybe, something along those lines. He will be starting for the remainder of the season. And we've only 2 games in, so I should probably learn his name. Ben Woodburn came in on loan. To be fair, I didn't actually need him because I went out and got Berardi. An unbelievable deal on Berardi. I mean, this guy was on the transfer list. That is an insane little player. He was 24 when we signed him. He's had his birthday in the last couple of days. 25 years of age. £20 million. And yes, he commands a very high wage, 90,000 a week, and I think he's our most expensive player in terms of wage. But at the moment, he's only played 2 games. He's not done an awful lot, to be fair. 2 games, he's played 6.9, but he is top of the tree, basically, for key passes and such. And then yesterday, the final day of the window, I decided, you know what? We need a striker, because we had Marriott, as you can see, we brought in up here for 5.5. It says raising to 10.5, but that's if we win the FA Cup this season, which, let's be honest, we're not going to do. So, yeah, we went out and bought Pedro. Now, this guy is phenomenally good. I mean, he is clinical. He's from Fluminense. Oh, he's actually on 110. He's our most expensive player. He's valued at 35.5 million, though, and we got him for 30 million, so it's a very good deal. But he's from the Brazilian league, so there was a little bit of a, can he adapt? Will he get a work permit? Luckily, he did get a work permit, and of course, he has already adapted to Premier League life. 2 goals, 2 assists in 2 games. The kid is pretty damn impressive, and I say kid because he is only 22 years of age. Going back to his time with Fluminense in the Brazilian league, he 16 goals in 32 games, 9 goals and 4 assists in 15 games. He plays very close to an average 7.0 across basically every... he does. He averages 7.26. He's got 29 goals and 14 assists in 67 matches total. That, in my opinion, is a very, very good signing. For 30 million in this market, that is incredibly good. When Sam Vokes commands an 18 million transfer and you can get this guy for 30 million... you know you've done well. So going out, Jeff Cameron's gone out on loan, Tandy's gone out on loan, Suter's gone out on loan. We sold Afobe to the Turkish league side that I can't pronounce the name of. He went there for 7.25. It will rise to 8 million after he's played like 5 games. Ibrahim Dakora, who is doing quite well. He's playing for Crawley right now on loan. Hopefully he'll get a season of first-team football down there and come back a better player. And you already know about Indy and the rest of them up there that already went. But we've obviously spent far less than we've made this season. We have 60 million in if and when we're ready to go into the January window. But now that that's all out the way, it's time to play some Calcio. Now, we have a rather large squad and I have a lot of players in which to fit. So the issue that I have with this team right now is that I have too many players who play the same position. And that position is just midfield in general. So we have Alex Garcia, who we signed last season, of course, from Manchester City. He was unwanted. He's pretty good, but he's not like the best of players, and that's why he's ended up being on the bench. But again, he's only 22. Was very tempted to loan him out, but we're going to keep him and see if we can keep him happy. Alex Hunt is a player that I would 100% should have loaned out. He's good, but he's not as good as Alex Garcia, and Garcia can't even get into the team, and he's only 19 years of age. So there is still a chance I could loan him out. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. And then, of course, we still have Etebo, who was here when I joined, but again, a phenomenal player, very well-rounded, 4.5-star potential, only 23 years of age, but valued at 14 million. He was wanted through the window, not so much anymore by the looks of things. And all three of those play in the same position. We've got Corrigan, who is our left-back cover. Abdoulaye Toure, who is our youngster, 18 years of age. Very, very good and still improving, of course. 4-star potential, 19.75 million. Commands a 40,000 a week wage. And he's only 18 years of age. But again, he finds himself on the bench right now because we went out and bought Berardi. We have Gibbs White, who plays in the same position as Bojan. We have Marriott, of course, as our backup striker, goalkeeper down there. Adam Ider, I tried to loan out so many times this season, nobody wanted him. We've got Sam Vokes I tried to sell. And then all the rest of these players, they're all first-team quality. Every single one of them. Unfortunately, our team is full. So I couldn't loan them. I couldn't... well, maybe I can loan a few, although they won't be very happy. But we play Man United now. They have not had the best of starts compared to us. They've won one, drawn one. We've won both of ours. And I don't think they've played too many... I don't think they've played like they've had a difficult game. We are playing a very passing style of football. Ben Woodburn, by the way, has had a phenomenal start to life at Stoke. 2 goals, 1 assist in only the one game that he's played. So that is why I want to play him. And that's why he's getting into the team ahead of all of the people who are actually at the club as opposed to loan players. So let's get into the game and see if we can compete against Manchester United. This should be a very exciting season because, yes, we've come up. We are tipped to avoid relegation or be in a relegation battle. With that team, there should be absolutely no way. And I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking, oh dear, oh dear. There's no way this team should be struggling against relegation. We have a phenomenal team. This Manchester United team, by the way, oh dear, what have they done? They've got Bentaleb, I don't know how good he is. They've got Falke, which is, fine. But they've not improved their defence at all. Eric Bailly is currently playing right back. We are in our second season, and Manchester United's team looks worse than what it does in real life right now. So I don't know how to feel about that. As a Liverpool fan, I'm actually quite happy. But as a team coming up against them, you've got to wonder what's gone wrong at Manchester United. Is this going to be the fixture I thought it was? Well, they have the ball with Falke. Bailly's ball into Rashford was very good. It's clipped the top of the crossbar. I've just seen that we are top of the league right now with this current point. I think it might be the fact that we've played, or this is a game extra. Our players are flagging in fitness a little bit more than the Manchester United team. Bauer in particular there at right back is losing energy fast. Obviously being pushed. Yeah, this is the what must be a Friday night game or something. Bentaleb brings the ball forward. It's cut out by Bauer. There's our on loan centre back. Plays a long ball to Pedro. That looks like a nothing ball, but Pedro is so good that I wouldn't be surprised if he was to get on the end of that. He doesn't. Jones plays it back forward. Ball through to Rashford, and great save from Jack Butland. There was offers galore for Jack Butland in the summer. I didn't show you because in the end I had to put it on to just turn away all the transfers, just reject everything that comes in for him because we're not willing to sell, obviously. Lovely little Rabona cross. It didn't come to anything. Woodburn, I'm sure, would love to get a goal against Manchester United, being a Liverpool player. See if he can get on the end of it here. Davis knocks it down to Woodburn. Woodburn looking to pull the trigger. Klukas does, and De Gea makes a great save. And I feel like that might be the reason why we don't get a goal in this game. Clucas with the corner just after the half-hour mark. Ball's played in, comes out to the centre-back on loan to Woodburn. Back to the centre-back that I can't pronounce the name of. All the way back out to Clucas. Look at the space that he has here. Plays a great ball in. And it's an easy save from the rebound off Bojan into the hands of David De Gea. And we're competing. You know, I mean, the highlights are for us. They've had a couple of opportunities. Jack Button's made a great save. But ultimately, it's all Stoke right now. And this is a team that were tipped to be in a relegation battle. I don't see any of that in the way that we're playing right now. Clucas with a good ball to Bauer, to Berardi. Poor ball, loose ball from Berardi. Falque gets on the end of it and he plays a ball to Rashford. This is a Manchester United break and a great save again from Butland. He maybe could have caught that, but a save is a save at the end of the day and I'll take it. I'm happy with it. Corner to come in. And another save from Jack Butland. And I tell you what, without a good goalkeeper between the sticks, we would be in trouble in this game because they've had two very good chances. Rashford with both of them. Second yellow card for that Leicester centre-back already. We've only played 3 games. What's wrong with him? Half-time 0-0 at home to Manchester United. I mean, given that Manchester United side, you would be forgiven for being a little bit disappointed in the fact that we're not maybe doing a little bit better. I mean, it's Manchester United at the end of the day. I don't know where they finished last season. I don't know their current situation. Maybe they've got a whole host of injuries. I don't know. I didn't look at their bench either. But I'm a little bit disappointed. We're not doing better. Woodburn on the edge. That's got to be a foul. Referee says no, and the break is on again. We are being countered a lot here. Martial breaks down the left, plays the ball into Rashford, and it's somehow ended up in the back of the net. Marco Capuano, the player with the least amount of mistakes last season in the Italian league, and the player with the most key tackles has managed to put the ball in his own net. Well, Manchester United now go top of the table, and the roles are reversed. We go just behind Everton, I believe. Their bench, by the way, Alexis Sanchez, Chris Smalling, Ander Herrera, Willian Jose from Real Sociedad, of course, Rabiot from PSG, Llorente from Real Madrid, I might add, all on the bench, and then Romero. Why are they not playing the likes of Rabiot and the rest? So he went on a free from PSG. Wept. He came on a free. Willian Jose was 36 million. That is a lot of money to spend on a player that's not Premier League proven. And Llorente was 29 million last season. And he only played 26 times. He just can't get on. And that is unbelievable. Let's put a little shout out there. Time to get creative. I mean, 1-0 down to Manchester United is probably about right, but they've had their opportunities, but we've had ours, and I do feel like maybe there's something to get out of this game. I would take a 1-1 at this point. Mata on the edge puts it wide of the mark. I think a draw would be a fair result here. I mean, we've had a lot of the ball. We've had our fair share. We're just not clinical enough, and I think that could be the problem. So it's time to make a couple of changes. Let's bring on Abdoulaye Touré for Berardi, a player who gave the ball away very early on, of course, and didn't fill me with any sort of confidence. Etebo. I think I'm going to make all 3 subs here. I think Etebo is going to come on for... do I bring him on for Bojan? I think I do, you know. And then maybe I bring on Alex Garcia for Stulak, who's not playing well. I mean, Pedro's not playing particularly well, but it only takes a second for him to regain a little bit of ability. Let's up the tempo a little bit. And I think that might be all I do. I don't want to rock the boat too much. Let's just up the tempo a little bit, make 3 changes. Rabiot is now on. Corner for Stoke. Clucas with the ball in. David De Gea just there again. He's the reason that we're not going to get a point out of this game. I can feel it coming. It was a poor throw. We've got the ball back. As long as we don't dwell on it, we should be okay. Touré to Etebo. 2 subs combining to Pedro. Brilliant ball out to Bauer. Can he get the ball back in, though? There's Touré's chip. And again, it's David De Gea. And he's there constantly to stop any ball going past him. I swear, we can't lose because David De Gea is better than our strikers, surely. What have we got? 17 minutes left on the clock. Still, I mean, 6 points from a possible 9 in the opening day of the season, or the opening 3 games of the season, when you play Manchester United, is probably I mean, it's a reasonable points tally. I'm just trying to justify the defeat, really, which is stupid. Let's tell them to show some passion, see if that brings some life into the game. Etebo to Klukas, and he can't put the ball in, but he does to Pedro, and I told you, all it takes is one glimmer of the back of the net, and that is going in. Look at that corner. Was that the Manchester United away end? There was no one there. Look at that in the corner there. Are they just all red shirts, or is it just empty seats? It looks like empty seats. There's no movement. We could still lose the game, and I think the Leicester loanee is about to get sent off, which for the final 5 minutes doesn't fill me with great confidence, because we were struggling to keep them out in the first place. But that, and we've used all of our subs, and that is indeed a second yellow, and he is off. And Alexis Sanchez has just come on for Marcus Rashford, or a wasteful Marcus Rashford as well. I'm going to have to change this slightly. I don't really know what I can do. I don't know if any of these can play CDM. Can Garcia play CDM? Yes, he can. Let me put him in there. And more aggressive version of the deep line playmaker. No. Roaming playmaker. I don't really want him to be a playmaker, if I'm honest. Let's tell him to be a deep line playmaker, but defend. Move that over. Move Etebo over. Move that over. Box to box. I mean, we've kind of got half a bit of protection there, surely. Do I want to move him into the middle? Don't think I do I? No, I'll leave it like that. Can Bauer come in, actually? Can he tuck in? I mean, he can. Ball-winning defender cover. We're going to be exposed down this side. That's my only concern. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do that. I know Davis can come in, but I'll leave it. Davis can play centre-back, but I'm going to leave it like that, and we're going to hope that we can do the business. I'm pretty sure Torre can't play anywhere past the front three, and neither can Woodburn. So, and I can't make any more subs, so we'll just confirm that. Let me pause that a little bit, though, and we'll play slightly more cautious, because we are playing against a team who, let's be honest, are going to absolutely rinse us now. Ball played through to Anthony Martial. He's just done the defender and scored, and that's nothing to do with the fact that we've only got 10 men. It was just down to the fact that Anthony Martial was better than the centre-back, and he's managed to worm his way through. Well, the Leicester centre-back that's on loan has basically just cost us this game, because we've had to go far more defensive. We've had to change our shape, and I think that's probably going to have resulted in us losing the game. The goal that Martial scored had nothing to do with being down to 10 men, but the whole attack probably did. So we've lost at home to Manchester United through no fault of our own. Bauer has somehow picked up a knock in fouling Mata. They're both down, and we have now picked up an injury, and what looks like a pretty extensive foot injury. But I'm going to have to confirm it and play on with 9 men. We are 3 minutes past stoppage time, by the way. Can we just blow the whistle and go home? This has been an absolutely horrendous day. Thank you. Well, that was not an enjoyable experience. I would be very interested to know the extent of the injury to Bauer, because it's literally 2 weeks after the transfer window is shut, and I can't do anything about it now. Bauer is out for 2 weeks. It could have been worse, and I'm going to fine the hell out of... No, I don't want to view the incident. I thought I might be able to... I was going to say I'm going to fine the hell out of him, but it doesn't give me the option to issue a warning or anything. I can't... I was hoping to be able to issue a warning or ban him or something, but I can't... Not ban him, but... fine him. I don't know. Apparently I can't do anything. For the game against Luton, I've basically changed the whole thing. Marriott comes in. I'm not going to start from the front. Let's start from the back. Corrigan comes in at left back for Davis. Bath and Shawcross come in at the back for whoever my current back two were. The guy who got himself sent off. Woods is literally the only player who can even remotely play at right back, even though he's not that comfortable there. At least he can sort of half play. He's competent, which is good enough for me. He's not that good defensively, though, so it's lucky that it's only Luton. No disrespect. Hunt and Garcia both come into the middle, although I'm not sure that they are best suited to playing there together, but it is what it is. Abdoulaye Touré comes back in at right wing, Gibbs White attacking mid and Etebo left side. Of course, there's a very familiar Championship look to it, and then Marriott up front for the on fire right now, Pedro. Now, my bench is basically the players I've replaced. We've got a lot down here. I've tried to loan out Verlinden, despite the fact that he's a very good player. I just feel like he'd be better loaned out. I've tried to loan out Max Broughton, and I want Adam Ida to go out on loan as well, because we have Sam Vokes as a third choice. There may be one or two others in there that I wouldn't mind getting out on loan, but ultimately I don't want them to be sat there and then get annoyed at me that they're not getting first team football when I've never told them that they were going to get first team football. Very defensive formation from Luton. Of course, we are not in the habit of playing defensive football. We're trying to sort of incorporate a bit of Barcelona to our play. You know, we're trying to. I think I'm just going to go. No, I'll stay positive. I was going to go attacking, but I'll stay positive for this one. I'm really, really hoping that a couple of the fringe players can do well here. I'm looking at the likes of Garcia. Gibbs White's picked up a knock, so he's probably going to have to go off already. I'm going to leave it a little bit. What's the injury? It's a potential thigh injury. I think I probably need to take him off. I was gonna leave it a little bit, but we've already left it 10 minutes. I think that's probably long enough. I don't really want to be bringing on Bojan this stage of the game. It's a little bit too soon for him because he's probably going to have to play the rest of our games. Let me bring on Ben Woodburn because he's only a lone player. I don't mind bringing on someone like that. See how he does. Because I've got players who can play in his position. Bojan is one of those sort of key players that I can't really do without at the moment. So we'll see how we get on there. We are 27, nearly half an hour in, and there has been no highlight whatsoever. Not even the injury we got to see. Maybe we should go attacking. Let's try it. We are the home team. I mean, theoretically, going attacking would make sense. But we've had 13 shots, 4 on target. We've had most of the possession. They are yet to get a shot off. And it is still 0-0. Their goalkeeper must be playing an absolute worldie. Here is Hunt. This is one of the players I'd like to see do well. As would I Abdoulaye Touré. A bit of an empty stadium for this game. Here is Hunt on the ball, and he drives into the penalty area, and it's just a weak effort at the goalkeeper. Look at that, 75% possession. Another highlight just before the break, and the header comes in from Garcia. It's just wide of the mark. Well, at least we've had 2 highlights. I suppose I can't really ask for much more. Well, that's a lie. I can. We are a Premier League team, and that team is good enough to play in the Premier League, even though it's all second choice. And we are not beating wherever Luton are. What division are Luton in? Are they in League 1? They are in League 1. How are we not beating Luton? Come on. They've got fatigue everywhere. They've got injuries. I'm guessing they're not probably playing their strongest team either. Maybe they are. I don't know. But ultimately, we're not doing very well. Woods is playing particularly well at right back, which is a bit of a surprise to me. Everyone else having a bit of a meh game. I think it might be time to bring on the big boys in just a second. We only have 2 substitutes left, but that might be all it takes. 65 minutes on the clock, and I think now's the time. So, we've got, fitness-wise, we're fine. Alex Garcia may be a little bit fatigued, but everyone else is looking okay. The worst player on the pitch right now is indeed Marriott, and I feel bad for doing it, but Pedro is going to come on here. And I think he plays complete forward. He does. I mean, look at that. He can play pressing forward, advance forward. I'm going to put him as a complete forward because he seems to be getting far more goals in that position. I'm going to quicken the tempo a little bit. It always seems to work to sort of rile a few players up. I'm not going to make that third change because we see what you saw what that did in the last game. Time to get more creative as we've scored, and it is the centre back with the goal. And I thought it'd been disallowed then. Where's the referee going? Oh, he's going for VAR. Oh, okay. Well, that's not happened to me before. I've played through 60 hours, or 70 hours, sorry, 67 hours. It's a goal. It's been allowed. I've played 67 hours of this Football Manager in the last 2 weeks, and I've not seen that once. So that's kind of cool. 15 minutes remain. We are 1-0 up. I can relax a little bit now, because I still don't think they've had a shot. But it is a little bit irritating that we've not really taught them a lesson. Pedro's come on and not done anything. Should we bring on Berardi maybe for Etebo or Touré? Kind of want to give them a full 90 minutes, if I'm honest. Let's bring on Leo Stulak for Garcia, purely because of his fitness. And let's play him as a Mazzala. Not that I'm really sure what a Mazzala does, but apparently they play slightly further forward. Oh, they've had a shot. They've had 4 shots on target, actually. They've done what we've done in the first half. They've actually had a lot more of the ball second half and a lot more chances. But I don't think they're going to do anything with them as we approach the final 30 seconds. What has been an extremely comfortable game, and it was just a case of getting the goal that had to be awarded by VAR, or VAR, however you want to say it. I always say VAR, I don't know why. A lot of people are like, why do you say it like that? But because it is. Because VAR isn't a word. Anyway, what are we, 5 seconds away from the end of the game here? Would be nice if we could just get the icing on the cake here. Woodburn into Etebo, but nope, that's all she wrote. And we have won 1-0, despite the fact that that would not have been a thrilling contest in the slightest. If I'd paid to see that, I would want my money back. And they look fired up after what can only be described as a roasting of a team talk. Was that the second? That was the second round. So we go into the third round right. I've offered Verlinden out on loan. Now he's actually a very good winger, but I would much rather him go to a Championship or a League One team to get regular football and then come back to us next season and be the player to replace Ben Woodburn, who is currently better than him. Does that make sense? We have enough cover in that position anyway, so I think I'm just going to accept every single person's or every single team's offer. I wouldn't actually mind if he went to League One, because he'd have a massive confidence boost going down there. But on the other hand, it probably would be better if he was playing slightly better opposition. So there is only one League One club in there, and that's West Brom. We obviously saw them go down last season, but I'd be very surprised if they didn't come straight back up. I want to watch the Carabao third round draw. Is what we're not going to watch the whole thing. We'll just draw the teams until we are drawn, and that'll be the end of the episode. I may very well not come back either until that ridiculously tough month in November, because looking at it, it's a bit weird to, we're not going to get through enough of the season quick enough otherwise. We're going to be stuck in this season for what's going to feel like maybe 10 episodes otherwise, and we don't really want to be doing that. So where are we? This is the draw then. My nose is really itchy, and I do apologise. It looks like I'm picking my nose. It's not. It's just I'm scratching it. Right, there we go. Let's. I kind of want a really easy team. I mean, that for Stevenage is a phenomenal draw. No, it's not. I'm lying. It's awful. What you want is to be the away side up against a big club if you're a League Two team, because they share the gate receipts. Now, Stevenage don't have the biggest ground in the world, so they would have much preferred that to be the other way around. We obviously, if we were in League 1 or League 2, this would be a dream fixture. But as a Premier League club, you don't want that. What we want is just an easy League 1, League 2 team. We want the same thing again. Lincoln away would have been fine. We are that Premier League club now. I've got 2 saves on the go, of course. I'm playing with Newport County on my Twitch save. Oh, that would be a nice fixture. No, unlucky. Coventry would be a nice fixture, and we are looking for like the Stokes of the world away from home to get a nice gate receipt. Oof, that's good. I didn't want to have to hit them. I don't mind playing West Ham because we are good enough to beat them. Southampton would rather avoid it. I do really want a League 1, League 2 team. Blackpool would be great. Brighton. Oh, so the only 3 teams we can get drawn against now: Burnley, who we've already beaten this season, so I would happily take them. Birmingham, who are obviously a Championship team, and I would definitely take them. Or Man City. I think we know who we're getting. It's not these. Oh, we've got Birmingham. It's the dream draw. We've got ourselves an away tie at Birmingham, which I am much happy about. I tell you what, if we drew Man City, it would have been curtains. But there are a lot of teams in there who could potentially be a nice draw next time round. I mean, look at these. You've got Sheffield United, Millwall. I would have taken any of those in the next round. West Brom, Sunderland. I'll take any of those in the next round. Crystal Palace, Coventry even. I'll take any of those. Blackpool, Brighton. And there are a lot of fixtures there where teams are guaranteed to go through that I wouldn't mind playing. So we are going to be playing Birmingham if we can. It's not a foregone conclusion, but I will play a slightly stronger side for it. That game is there. Now, do I? It's a lot to skip that, isn't it, to get down here? Because I'm tempted to play the Birmingham game and then play Bournemouth straight after, which means we play 3 games between then. And then come back, skip 3 games, come back, double header. And then we skip most of December, apart from maybe Liverpool and Newcastle. And then we have a transfer video here. It's for me to sort out, but I don't know. We might come back for Birmingham. It's not an exciting game, but I do want a good cup run. I think that's probably going to be our only chance at European football this season, is actually trying to get the Carabao. But we'll see what happens. I might be back for it. I may end up coming back all the way down there in Arsenal. I don't want to skip too much of the season, though, because it feels like a bit of a waste. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.